Hello Easy Enough English members, and welcome to this week's grammar video. Now remember, we're taking every one of these questions from this book, the new TOIEC test specifically for grammar, which teaches you the grammar that will be used on a test like TOIEC and also on a test like TOEFL. A lot of these tests are similar in the way that they structure their questions, okay, and the types of questions that they will have. Okay, so let's get right into it. The executive committee has produced neither a full report, blank, a convincing explanation of the company's poor recent performance. Now the beauty of this question is you don't really have to understand any of what that's talking about. There's a keyword in there that will give you a clue as to how to answer the question. But first, let's go through our choices. We have A, or, B, and, C, nor, or D, than. Now let's discuss what our choices mean. The first one is or. Now or is a conjunction. What is a conjunction? A conjunction puts two sentences together. And or is a conjunction that gives us a choice. Okay, so you can have apples or bananas. Okay, so in that sentence you're given a choice as to which one you would choose. Okay, the or is also used to tell us a difference between both clauses, okay, in something. Now we have B, and we pretty much all know what and does. And combines two clauses as well. It's also a conjunction. But on either side of the and, the clauses have to match in what they're saying, in the qualitative statement that they're making. For example, I have a sentence, he is tall and handsome. Now, tall and handsome are good qualities, positive and positive. Okay. Now we have the same things. We have a positive thing on this side of the and a positive thing on this side of the and. Now they're both positive. Now we can have another sentence where they're not positive, they're negative. He is fat and short. These are thought of as being negative. But it's okay. We can also use and for both of those sentences because what's on both sides of the and is the same. We have a negative thing, a negative attribute or quality, and a negative attribute, or positive attribute or quality, and a positive attribute or quality on this side of the and. So that's how we use and. Now, nor is specifically used to talk about the lack of something or the inability of something. Okay. Now here, this is how I've written this example. Neither subject nor object, and after that you could put anything. You can have a number of different kinds of sentences there. But this doesn't mean that after the neither there has to be the subject that follows the neither. That's not true. And as you can see, we have neither in this sentence, and what follows or comes after the neither is not the subject of the sentence. This is just a scaffold or an example that I've written to give you some idea of how you can use neither nor. Okay, and like I said, we can have anything after the object. So for example, I could say, neither I nor my friend wants to wake up early. Now I am the subject of that sentence and my friend is the object. Now what that sentence is saying is, it's not talking about the inability for us to be able to do something, but it is talking about, I was going to say it's not the lack of, but actually it is the lack of. It is the lack of desire, the lack of want in the subject and the object to wake up early. Okay, so you can always think of neither nor as being negative. Okay, it's going to talk about the lack of something or the inability of something, as it does in our example. And the last one, finally, we have than. Now than is pretty much, not all of the time. You don't want to make any statements in English that's saying, oh, this is always this way, or that is always that way. That's not true. That's the easiest way to make a mistake in English, because these rules are not absolute. They don't always fit with every example or every case. But we see than a lot in a comparative adjective sentence. Now what is that? Subject is, and I've forgotten something here, adj'er than object. Okay, I could say something like, I am taller than my friend. Okay, now who's taller? I'm taller than my friend. Now I used "and" to talk about that, to make a qualitative statement, a comparative statement, comparing two people, to say one has more of a quality than the other, when that quality is tall. So we mostly see "than" in sentences like this, comparative adjective sentences. Now, let's look back at our sentence. Like I said, we have the presence of the word neither, which is very key here. Now, the funny thing about neither is, if you want to use neither nor, they always have, not always, they don't always have to go together, but more likely than not, in a sentence like this, when you're using neither to express the inability or the lack of something, you're going to use it together with nor. You never use neither with or. The word that goes with or is either, without the "n." So that way, I'll just write that in green. We can say either or. And we use either or to talk about possibility. Okay? Either I or my friend is going to wake up early. So there's uncertainty there. We don't know which one is going to wake up early, but we know one of the two is going to wake up early. That is telling us about a possibility, okay? But it's also talking about uncertainty. We don't know which one is going to wake up early. So we always use either with or, and we always use neither with nor. And that's a rule that we can say is always true. So, if we know that rule, we can answer this question very quickly. It's C. And we didn't have to know anything about what this sentence was about. We just found that key word and we were able to choose the correct answer because of our knowledge of neither nor. Now, remember what I said, the subject does not always have to follow neither. And in this sentence, it doesn't. The subject of this sentence is the executive committee. Okay, this is the subject. Okay, now we have two objects. What follows the neither is an object, and what follows the nor is also an object. We have a full report, nor a convincing explanation. These are both objects, okay, of the company's poor recent performance. Okay, so it's not always that a subject has to follow the neither. Okay, that's not always true. But that's just how I've written that to give you an idea of how to use neither nor. Okay guys, that's the video. I hope you liked the video. If you do, be sure to leave a comment in the comments section. If you need to reach me about any questions of tutoring or anything like that, you know where to reach me. You can also post on the website. And I would love to hear from you guys in Facebook Messenger. Remember, I'm always waiting and willing to answer any questions or talk to you guys about anything that you would like to talk about through Facebook Messenger. Alright guys, I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks and bye-bye.